Welcome to this edition of Fact or Fiction Photography. On this edition, we're going to create this 4-piece LED lighting system. Now, this system was done 3 times by one of my favorite photographers on YouTube. I love his work, so we're going to put it to the test and we're going to see if within fact or fiction, an amateur photographer and DIYer like myself, or perhaps you, can actually do this LED lighting system. So, first off, let's get off by saying that I absolutely love this photographer. I love his work. I love everything he does, and I've learned so much to him. This in by no way is to hack him, but it's actually to see if what professional photographers can do, amateurs like you and I can do it as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at everything we need to do this build. Then we're going to put it together. Then we're going to put it to the test here on Fact or Fiction Photography. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to mark 6 inches from the top to here, 6 inches from the bottom to here. This way we can line up the area in which to put our hinges. So once we have it marked, we'll go ahead and line up the holes to drill our hinges. We have the areas marked for our holes to be drilled at the top and the bottom. Okay, now that we have the 2 hole drills in that one, we'll go ahead and unbox the next one and we'll get these put together. So now we're moving on to the second set of lights, and I already went ahead and I pre-drilled all of my holes for both lights, top and bottom, 6 inches down, 6 inches down. I'm going to use this 1.5 inch hinge that you can purchase at your local Lowe's or Home Depot. No need to shop on Amazon, eBay, or for any of this. I think I paid $1.99 and it comes 2 hinges to a pack. So you need 2 packs of hinges for this whole build. To connect those hinges, I'm going to use a package of number 10 32 by 1/2 inch screws with nuts to connect all of it together. So here we go. So as you can see, I have the hinge installed on this side, just like that, and then go ahead and repeat the process all the way. We have a hinge placed at each end of the light, on each end. Now we just have to attach this light to this light using the other side of the hinges. So here we have the 2 lights connected together using the hinges and the nuts and bolts. Now all that's left to do is just connect the brackets so that we can connect these to the light stands. However, in the original video with the the outlets, what he did is he had both cords run to the bottom of the fixture, and as you can see on this fixture, there's just 1 cord. And the reason for that is I made sure that when I ordered these, I found linkable lights, meaning I can take the cord from one end and I can plug it into this socket here at this end, and then I only have to plug this end and I can control the 2 lights with 1 cord. This way there was no electrical work to be done to these lights to make it that much simpler. So we're going to move on now to connecting the brackets to hang these on the lights. Let's do it now. The number 0 conduit hanger. And these you can find in the electrical supply section at any Home Depot or Lowe's. These are used to hang aluminum electrical conduit pipes. So ask your local hardware store right in the electrical section. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip these and we're going to fasten these to the inside of the light here. So inside to one of the lights, and we're going to put each one right in the center of each hinge so that we can make sure that we get the fastener in the same spot on both sides. So we're going to connect it to here, and then we're going to connect it to here, and then this way they'll both be on the same spot at each end. Here is a look at the number 0 conduit hanger. Comes just like that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove the screw from the conduit hanger, but don't lose it, because one of these we're going to use, and you'll see why we're going to use that at the end. So just take your electrical conduit hanger, figure out which side you want to place it on. I'm going to go ahead and place it on this side, and I'm going to stick it right on there, right in between. I'm going to place it right in between the two screws, and then I'm just going to mark the hole so I know right where to drill. Okay, so in order to connect the electrical conduit hanger to the back of the boxes to hang on the light stands, we are going to use a number 10 32 by ½ inch screw and bolt. Again, I found that at my local hardware store for $1.60. All right, so we have both brackets installed, aka the conduit hangers. These brackets are going to be used to hang these lights onto the light stands. So let's get the light stands out and hang these up and show how we fasten them onto them. To fasten the lights, we're going to use stainless steel newer stands. I didn't have any extra stands laying around, so I had to order some. So that added to the price of this build, and we'll go over the price at the end. But I did order these newer stands on Amazon. They normally range $27.99 to $37.99, and they come 2 stands per pack. So that's 2 stands for high end, 37 low end, 27 if you can find them. Unfortunately, I waited too long and I paid $37. So let's go ahead and check out these stainless stands. So this is the stand, very nice. Seems heavy duty enough for this build because these lights, being LED, are not too heavy at all. So let's go ahead and open these up. All right, so that's the stainless stand by Newer. Like I said, $37.99, came 2 to a box. So that's, you know, roughly what, like $18 a stand. Not too bad. Stand seems pretty heavy duty. So let's go and see how it all hooks together. Remember that screw I said not to throw out earlier from the conduit hanger? Well, now that screw is going to come into play, because we're going to use that screw to take the conduit hanger and place it on the top of the light stand right here. And we're going to put this screw through and place the nut right there, and we're going to tighten it all the way down. Just hold that together, and you can just basically hand tighten it all the way down, and that's plenty to keep it held on there. And then for the bottom one, we're simply going to use that conduit hanger to clip into place. As so. Perfect. So you can see on the bottom, clips into place. On the top, it holds it into the spot. Spin it around, and there's your finished product. Like I said earlier, These will just tuck away behind here, and perfect. So now if we go ahead and we plug in the lights, there you go. So just repeat that till you have 2 of these, and now we'll go ahead and put together the single lights for the rear. That's going to be much easier because all we do there is hang 2 conduit hangers on the back of them and then mount them to the stands. Here we go. All right, so now that we got the 2 main lights put together, that was a task, I must say. The rear lights are going to go much faster. Just one single LED strip shop light, couple of conduit hangers, couple of drills hold. That's it. But we're going to start off. We're going to keep it uniform. We're going to measure 6 inches down, 6 inches down, and then we're also going to want to measure to get the center point for the bracket so that it's in the center of the light, both top and bottom. This way it looks nice, professionally done on the stand. So let's go ahead and get our measurements, 6 inches down, 6 inches up, and find the center. So here the center will be 2 1/4 because it's 4 1/2. Remove the screw again from our conduit holder, but again, remember, very important, we're going to want to save at least one of these so that we can connect it to the top of our stand. So we're going to make the cord the bottom of the light. So take this conduit holder there. We'll push the screw through the conduit holder, get the nut caught on the screw, and then just get it tightened down. Like so. And we're going to need a pair of needle nose to grab a hold of that so that we can get it tightened up firmly. Alright. So there's our top mount. Now we'll just repeat that process 3 more times, and our 2 rear stands will be all finished. All right, YouTube, so here's the finished product. I have the 2 main lamps here, the 2 singular lamps behind me. This is amazing. I'm shooting right now with a Canon 70D. I am set to 3.5 and my ISO is 400. Amazing, I totally love it. Let's check out another setting. Okay, so I went back down to 3.5 and I turned my ISO up to 1600. Just had to see how it looked. And again, not so great. But again, there's so many possibilities I think you could use these lights on. It's just incredible. Folks, that's a wrap on this week's edition of Fact or Fiction, Joe Edelman's LED lighting system, Fact. Fact, it's affordable. Fact, it's easy to build. And fact, an amateur like myself or you can use them, can get use out of them. Perfect. I can't thank you enough, Joe Edelman, for all the wonderful tutorials you put out, for how much you've taught me. You always tell me your last shot is your best shot. Well, right now, Joe, this is my last shot of the day. Thank you so much for these videos. Stay tuned for the next edition, Fact or Fiction, when we put these LED lights to the test and we do a complete photo shoot with them using the lights, off-camera flash. Stay tuned, folks. Fact or Fiction is here. Bye-bye.